So, Strevs, a victory today in a dramatic game. What are your thoughts on that overall?
Yeah, look, the main thing is getting the victory. And 3-2, it was, look, to say the least, not a very good start. Put ourselves in a real bad position to be 2 goals behind. But just spoke to him about the character and the determination to try and come back and win a game of football. And it was. Look, we've won the game now. That's the most important thing. But it's not the most enjoyable game as manager. It's enjoyable to see the fight and the spirit amongst the group. But and that's brilliant considering we had won one game before that. I know we had the 3-game unbeaten run and we lost at Grimsby, but other teams would have gone under and not been able to come back. So the character the boys are showing is probably the shining light of the day.
Yeah, I think that's the key point of that, the character, as you mentioned. Is that something that you're delighted to see after we had it in abundance last year? We've been able to show it again this year now.
Yeah, and look, you just got to hope like a day like today gives them that's something for a memory for the next game when you're in a tricky situation and stuff like that, because they've shown now from losing positions coming back and getting it, and we felt unfortunate not to get a few more points on the board already, but that's just the nature of football. And look, the main thing is the boys are working together, fighting for each other, and obviously at the end of it, when you have the victory and you get the 3 points, that's the most important thing. But look, plenty of hard work still ahead. Need the confidence to grow with hopefully a victory like this. Winning the last couple of home games now. We just got to get ready for next Saturday now. I know that'll be a really hard game as well because they've started the season really well. We always have a tough challenge against them, but focus on today, enjoy the victory, and get ready to start work again next week.
Yeah, the start of the game obviously was not what we wanted. We got ourselves back into it. So, what did you say to the lads at half time to give them the push to go and get the win?
Look, just every game is what it is. They started terrifically well. They started right on the front foot. They had sort of Maguire, Drew playing inside with Effiong and Everboy up front, and they got off to a bright start. Scoring and scoring again. And in the first 10-15 minutes, we could have scored ourselves, or they could have scored again. So they started with a formation we wasn't expected. To credit to them, they didn't really have anyone playing down the right sides for them. It took us a little bit of a shell shock reaction, but getting the goal back before half time to be 2-1 going into half time, and then the message is about making sure they do their jobs in the second half and chances will come. Thankfully they did, be it penalties, but they was penalties. Let's not I always give a balanced view on decisions. I don't know what happened for their one that got disallowed. I'll watch that back. I know they was unhappy about it, but both of ours were penalties. Wheelo got pulled down and Danny Whitehall was right in our view. He was getting pulled down, so there was penalties, and I'll be honest enough to say when they're not, but there was penalties, and Wheelo's confidence to dispatch them both pressure penalties. It was nice to see them go in.
Yeah, on our goals, Danny Whitehall in his first start got us back into it, and that must have been good for you to see after bringing him into the starting 11.
Yeah, look, Danny's been doing great. He joined us late into pre-season, wasn't as fit as the rest of the boys, and needed a bit of to get up and running. And he's been showing when he's coming in the games certainly some good bits. Certainly been improving all the time in training and showing what he can do for us. And I'm happy for him to get the goal as well, because forwards want goals. The front three in all different ways today were a real handful. First half, the way Hilly and Halsey were driving and getting at people and getting opportunities, and but Danny scored a header, won us a penalty on the third one, and was a threat for them all day. And then when you see someone like Ty coming back onto the pitch at the end, Danny Hollins being ready hopefully next week to be back involved, Tom joining in the warm-up and stuff like that. So pleasing signs to come out of today, relieved with the 3 points, and move on to next week now.
And the 2 penalties and man of the match for Tom Wheeler. He's made a real impression since he's been in. That must be good for you to see him get his first goals as well.
Yeah, look, he's a good player. He showed last year he was a terrific player for Weymouth to get his move to Chesterfield. Started off at Chesterfield fantastically well. Was scoring winning goals for them on a regular basis. I don't know what happened at Chesterfield. That's between Chesterfield and Tom Whelan, but I can't believe they allowed him to come to us or allowed him to leave, and then we had the opportunity to sign him. We've certainly always been admirers of him. Jace known him for quite a while before when he was training at Salisbury, he was training for Jace, and we watched him the last couple of years and see how much his game's improved, not just the ability to score goals, but off the ball as well. He's working hard for the team. So, the confidence was in him. It was nice as well, because I've sort of, with Joe Tomlinson leaving, hadn't really designated a penalty taker. I knew there was 3 or 4 of them that really wanted it. I just said the message was today, or any game, whoever picks a ball up, let them have it if they can feel confidence. Don't make it into an argument. I hate seeing that. Wheelo stepped up, scored both, so now he's the man on the job, like it was Joe Tomlinson last year. Step up, score, and the confidence to take him, and happy for him if he got man of the match as well. It could have been probably a number of boys today, but good for him. He got the winning goal, so well done to him.
Yeah, and lastly, things must feel a lot happier now around the place with the win, and as you mentioned, with the players coming back, Ty on the pitch and Danny Hollins and Tom Broadbent in the warm-ups. Must be good to look ahead now.
Yeah, and we're well aware as a management team and a playing staff, our victories and wins makes the whole place a better atmosphere to be. It makes the fans happier, makes you guys working over in the office a happier place to be. And you know, we got that victory against Dover. We played brilliant that night, unbelievable. And then to go away to Grimsby, the next game was a tough one to back it up with. We didn't quite get the victory that we wanted there. But then the character the boys have shown to get the 3 points today from being in a losing position, and hopefully everyone see it today. Yeah, they will be disgruntled with the start we made, but there's boys playing for the badge, there's boys playing for the football club and fighting and tooth and nail to try and get the 3 points. As long as they show that the whole season, we'll be absolutely fine. We've got loads of tough games ahead. Woking are much, much better team than they was last year. 100% they are. The league's tougher than it was last year. So we've just got to try our hardest now to back up a 3 points, because if you do that with a game in hand, we'll be back in and around them playoff places. And I don't really look at the table to start the season, but other people will want to be telling us we're down near the bottom at one point. Well, if we back it up next Saturday now, we'll be right up the other end. So it's the nature of this league. Hard work continues, and we've got to be better next week, because Bournemouth will be a good side next week, so we've got to be better next week again.